between December, January. And now again, we are back to the webinar series for our, the award case study contests that we host every month. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of it, let me just quickly take you through what BSmart is. BSmart is a business standard, business standard, India's most respected English business daily. From that platform, we have the BSmart app, which is primarily an edtech product, which caters to the management students and faculty of the country, where we bring in a news-based content for the help of management studies and more of insights into how you can deal with your daily management issues. So it's an exciting app, and I would request everyone to at least go there and experience it once. Unfortunately, it's a subscriber based, but you can still, through your college and all, you can take a subscription and have a look at it. There are lots of things over there. We have the lots of videos with industry leaders, with eminent faculty from different universities. And we also have news, views, and lots of case studies on the regular news that happen across the business world of India and abroad. Now, coming back to today's program, we every month we hold a monthly award case study contest in which we put up a case study challenge for students to attempt. And from there, we select three toppers from across the country, and they are richly awarded. So we are back again with this series, as I said, after a quick pause. And today we have with us two eminent personalities, Mr. Sameer Desai, founder and CEO of Seagull Advertising. He is primarily an advertising and a branding professional. He's also had his stints with the Tata Group and has an educational influence from the Columbia Business School and Cannes Lion and Berlin School. Incidentally, you have to understand that Cannes Lion is kind of the Oscar of creativity across the world. Welcome, Mr. Desai, for
Thank you
today's
so much.
as the panelist for today's webinar. I will come to the topic in a bit, but before that, I would also like to welcome Dr. Parag Kalkar. He is the Pro Vice Chancellor, Savitribai Phule Pune University. Who doesn't know Savitribai Phule University? It's quite an eminent university in the country, and Dr. Kalkar is also an eminent person. He is a Senate member of the Pune University, and he is into commerce and management studies as well. So, Dr. Parag Kalkar, welcome to this webinar, and thank you for making some time out to be with us, to engage with the students and us for an exciting topic that we will going to discuss. This month's the contest case study was on D. Gukesh. And I'm sure D. Gukesh doesn't need any kind of introduction. He's the new chess star from India across the world today. And he's the youngest chess star, incidentally, also. So he has two crowns that way. And we sort of applied our minds to have this topic around Gukesh as a brand personality. So as a sports personality, we know that cricket, Bollywood, these personalities come as brand ambassadors. A lot of products and services are sort of advertised and sold in the market with these brand ambassadors being kept in the front. they sort of influence the consumer's mind in buying these products as well. We are pretty familiar with that. So we thought that, the latest sensation, D. Gukesh, we would like to have a brand personality discussion around D. Gukesh. And who could be more, uh, you know, uh, experienced and expert than Dr. Kalkar and Mr. Samir Desai to talk about it. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us in this program. At the end of it, we will also announce the winners of this month's case study. 3 winners. They're also present with us, incidentally. And we would also announce the next month's contest case study topic as well. So stay tuned, stay with us, and let us start the discussion. Shall we go to Mr. Desai first? Mr. Desai, since you
Sure.
come with a background from the industry, I just quickly wanted to, ask you this branding around personalities. What are the key factors do you think as a brand manager? Here we have students who are into the marketing management, who are into management studies. So they would like to know that what are the key factors that are considered when you are looking to onboard a brand, a personality like a Gukesh.
Arindam, I seem to have lost you. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
But your voice is lost. Am I the one feeling it that way? Or
Uh,
yeah, now it's okay. It's okay
Now
now.
it's okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So to come back to you again, Mr. Desai, as an industry personality and being into the branding and marketing area, we would like to understand from you that uh, how does this branding around personalities work? Basically, what are the key factors the brand managers or the marketing managers would look for when they have to onboard a personality for their products or services? You can just
Yeah.
broadly tell us about the key factors that,
Yeah.
one would
Okay.
look for.
Okay. So thank you, Arindam, for having me as a part of this program and this discussion that we're having. See, when a brand manager is considering an ambassador or a celebrity endorsement, okay, what we are really looking at is what is the relevance of that particular personality to what I'm trying to achieve. Okay, and the reason why we are using celebrities in the first place is because we are in a situation where there's a lot of competition. So when there's competition, when there are different brands, your objective is how do you stand out from the clutter. So when I'm choosing a personality, now this topic is about Gukesh. Definitely, he's got the attention of everyone. So what you're looking at is a personality. When I put them along with my brand, that people will recognize that personality. They will understand the values for what that personality stands for and what my brand stands for. So the match between the values and my brand is important. The recognition of that particular personality is extremely important because the reason you're doing it is you want that additional recognition for your brand. And third most important is in every market that we're looking at, in every industry we're looking at, there's intense competition. So my brand values matching with the personality brand values, okay? And that given that when I put it along with my brand, I will stand out from the other competition that I have is why I'm going to select a particular personality. So that's my way of looking at this.
So what you're saying is that values,
Yes,
recognition, and sort of the connect between the product or services and the personality.
absolutely.
These are 3 broad things that sort of work in a consumer's mind when
Correct.
one has to bring in the person
Yeah.
as a brand
And when you're
personality.
looking at recognition, I'm just saying in context of a Gukesh or certain sports personalities. If I just bring this particular discussion to that, what are they associated with? So if they are seen as a world champion, okay, that particular association and that top of mind that everybody is talking about. See, you know what we look at nowadays is the attention economy. Okay, it's how do you get the attention? So you've got somebody who's got the attention of a large audience. People are talking about him or her. So how can I capitalize on that attention and bring part of that attention on my brand? Because my brand is also seeking attention.
Mm.
Okay, so that association, sometimes now, attention changes very, very fast. Minds keep shifting. So that attention is what I'm trying to get my brand on and get the spotlight for me.
Right. Okay. Very quickly, as a follow-up question, what happens when, let's say, I have a completely unrelated product or service, which has nothing in any way associated with the personality? Uh, Number one. And the second thing is, as a brand manager, my compulsion or the pressure on me, obviously from the market and from internally as well, is to use a personality who is the latest sensation. Like in this case, Gukesh. Right. Now, to highlight that, in fact, you had highlighted it at one point, saying that, Myntra
Yeah,
immediately moved in and sort of created a brand association with Gukesh and quickly, put it out in the market.
yeah, yeah.
Now, Myntra and Gukesh, right?
Correct.
There
No,
is no
Arindam.
connect.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a very,
What are the
very
challenges?
no. So no, it's a very, very interesting case study. Okay, or a interesting usage of what you look at chess. So when I think of Vishwanathan Anand, I would actually think of something, or you look at chess, you're looking at values of intelligence, IQ. Okay, so for example, if you say that bright kids, drink Bonvita, and then you put a Gukesh or a Vishwanathan Anand, it seems a lot of logic. Perfect. Or
Right,
Intel, for example, uses Gukesh. You'll say perfect. That's a perfect match, right?
right,
Because it's associated with intelligence, and chess is associated with that. Okay, for example.
correct,
But here you've got Mintra, and Mintra is saying, you know what? I'm associated with fashion, great fashion, and they've used this fantastic example of just not Gukesh. They've also taken Vishwanathan Anand into that particular video clip that they made.
right,
And they have projected Mintra. So Gukesh is very cool. I urge all the viewers of this particular episode to watch that particular commercial. So they've shown Gukesh as very young, fashionable, and shown Vishwanathan Anand, who's actually 5 times world champion, as being a little bit out of fashion, and urged him also to get fashionable by shopping on Mintra. So here is the value of intelligence or chess is not used in that manner. You've used Gukesh's attention, that spotlight which is on him. Try to move it to Mintra by saying that even Gukesh is fashionable, trendy, and use that storyline extremely well. So
right,
I think today, Arindam, if I say it like this, and that's what creative people are, and I'm sure the viewers and the participants of Be Smart are also very smart. Creativity is the name of the game now. You have to be innovative,
yeah,
and you have to train your mind to connect disconnected things like fire and ice.
right.
Okay, so intelligence with fashionable clothing. I think that's a very well
Yeah.
done. Yeah,
Yeah. So, and to come to a point that you mentioned over here, which is very pertinent, I think, is the storyline.
correct.
Basically, when you're using a personality for your completely unrelated product or services,
Mhm.
the challenge is to basically create the apt storyline, which
Absolutely.
sort of connects that personality with the brand that is promoting that personality, right? So that is where the innovation and creativity has to come in, and the right
Yeah.
storyline has to come in. Great. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you so much.
Desai.
Yeah.
That was great insights. Quickly coming to Dr. Kalkar. Dr. Kalkar, you've heard about the brand, how from the industry voice, how what they are saying that about the brand personality and how it is being used. What is your idea around using such personalities for brand promotion or branding any product or service?
It is very important that we normally follow the ideological people.
Right.
So rather than your own decision, we are likely to follow, and today's youth, the next generation, likely to follow what is prescribed by the famous brand which they think that they are famous about. So I think what is the latest personality which everybody is talking about is the Gukesh. So his personality, when adds with the brand value, it get multiplication effect. So I think that is more important for me to understand, because normally, uh, rather than just browsing through, we need that somebody is prescribing that brand. That's we are going to try.
Sure. Great. So basically, you are also endorsing the fact that, the values, the recognition, and the connect that builds up with the consumer's mind, and for that reason, personality is used, and that is a very apt marketing strategy. Right.
Because whenever we watch online and offline advertisement, I think when the personality, recent famous personality get, we try to go in detail. Otherwise, people skip viewing all such
Yeah.
advertisements.
Yes. Yes. So the recall value becomes stronger and everything. Now, very quickly, I would also ask you, Dr. Kalkar, since you deal with students, you deal with students who have the core job is to sort of do case studies, concentrate in their studies. Similarly, now if I go and position myself with the brand personalities, in this case, a Gukesh, his core job is to practice chess. His core job is to study, the other's mind, how, different ways being chess is being played, to sort of understand, anticipate those moves about his opponents and everything. So he has to do a considerable study on that, right? In the midst of that, these brands are going to constantly chase him to give time and effort and focus on doing these advertising and doing these kind of things and all. Uh, so how do you think it really affects the personality, and how do you think, that person can manage this entire thing?
Again, it depends upon, because he has to be selective initially, because there may be 100 brands behind him to get him as a brand ambassador. But he
Right.
has to be choosy, because if he gets with the wrong brand at the wrong time, and you
Yes.
know that when you become successful, suddenly you become in limelight. So
Yeah.
everybody wants to use. So next time you don't know that the same thing will get repeated. So I think he has limited period of time before the next championship. He'll be at the limelight. Again, if he proves, again there is one more year where he can get in. So I think he has to little bit encashment of his brand value, so that he can better invest in his own game. So that
Right.
has to be leveraged. But I think that how much is again a choice, individual choice, because before that championship, we hardly know who is the Gukesh. But once he came, and one important thing which we all must learn about him is, chess is a game, but not practicing chess was important. But what was the mind control at that point of time, where we lose patience, we lose confidence, and all these things which he has learned, I think that has given age ahead over the other competitors. So I think that learning also is important. So I know that he will getting most of the offers. Somewhere he would also like to test that whether he get attached to a brand, and the brand sales or brand market share improves. So he can see that people are really following him, but he has to make a choice that how much can he go ahead with. Otherwise, what will happen that the success may not get repeated if he diverts himself or defocus himself from the original game which has given him a glory.
Great, fantastic, Dr. Kalkar. You have brought us to one of the points which I would like to take up with Mr. Desai, since he comes from the industry background and he's into advertising. So obviously he is constantly chasing these personalities, for his clients to do the advertising and kind of a thing. Dr. Kalkar touched upon a very important point: selecting and associating yourself with the right brand or right product. Okay. And we have typically seen, so there are 2 points over here I would like to bring to the table. One is that typically in India, we have seen cricket and Bollywood taking most of the space as these personalities, as brand ambassadors for products and services. So my first question is, how does chess fit into it? And how can chess become one of the glamour quotients in a consumer's mind?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
moving away from the conventional cricket and Bollywood. The
So
other
Arindam,
question is,
yeah, yeah.
I'll put
Okay.
both the questions to you. The
Sure.
other question
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that Dr. Kalkar just brought in is selecting the right brand of product. And we know, we have seen in the past umpteen cases where the personalities have de-recognized that brand and said that, no, I no longer represent that product or represent, because there have been wrong associations, or the brand or the product has sort of misfired in way, and that has brought a bad name to the personality. Or in the market, consumers have kind of criticized also that, how can this
Correct.
personality endorse a brand like this? So there have been issues also like that. So
Yeah.
that's the second part of the thing, that, how do you manage that?
Okay, so let me answer the first one. That how in a world which is dominated by Bollywood and cricket, in India, how can smaller, games such as possibly chess or boxing or hockey figure? See, what's happening now, Arindam, going back to my earlier conversation is that although India is a very large country, the reason why Bollywood and cricket have got this prominence is because they were built on television. Okay, and they were built on theater, where everybody was going to these places to consume for their entertainment. Okay, now what's happened is like this particular conversation we're having is it's on the digital world. So there's a concept of long tail. So it's not that I need all of India to watch chess. I don't need all of India to watch boxing. I don't need all of India to watch football. Even if I get a significant number of people, okay, which we define as target audience, and for many brands, this audience is sufficient. Okay, it's a good market size. So that's the difference. So if I like to watch, for example, Formula One, there can be an audience for it, and I'd love to have my brand associated with a successful person from Formula One. Same thing with athletics. So this digital revolution has brought about a change. You can target smaller audiences, you can target niche audiences, and there's a concept of long tail, that there are enough people even at the end of the tail. It will be a smaller number of audience, but it still works for me. So that should be able to, that's my answer for the first part. The second part is about being selective about brands. And I'd like to agree with Dr. Kalkar is, see, you have a finite time, specifically if you look at D. Gukesh at this point in time, there could be certain risks that are there. But you play the game. Okay, it is no way that a sports person who's endorsing, unless he's taken an endorsement where he also has an equity in that particular company, then I would say the responsibility is much higher. But I don't think and a person who's endorsing a particular product or service can be made responsible for the delivery of that product or service. He should definitely do certain due diligence to ensure that that particular company is ethical. Okay, and you can go ahead. Now, typically I've done a lot of work for brands which work with younger children. So they love personalities who are not associated with certain vices such as smoking, alcohol, and those kinds. So if you as a ambassador, if is seeking that he might have associations with that kind of an audience, then staying away from these kind of industries or categories is advisable. Okay, so that's how this whole thing works. But there is a little bit of risk associated, like any business risk. You're getting into a kind of a partnership. I'm not saying it's a very long-term partnership. Hopefully, certain brands do long-term partnerships, and that is great. But it's a first step towards a partnership. So minimum due diligence, and the risk comes as a part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. Uh, Thank you, Mr. Desai. I will now go back to Professor Kalkar again. Professor Kalkar, in terms of these brand management and dealing with personalities, as management students, if they have to do certain live case studies, or if they have to apply their minds, in a classroom environment, in a learning environment, What are the learnings, or what are the ways they can actually go and apply this and work with brands to create such case studies?
We have tried with our students who are working with some of the cricketers brands,
Right.
form of internship, and in few point of time it was job shadowing, that you work with that successful personality for the branding of a particular product for a short period of time, a day or two, because this brand people cannot give you more time to understand that how they generally. I've seen that Kapil Dev or Sunil Gavaskar, they have their own brand. That's
Right.
Samir was referring to. They have their own brand. They have developed their own brand company, and they were running their own, maybe for the selected people. But getting associated with general brands have a little bit risk, because when students analyze all these things in a classroom, you can take one example, but there can be example where the uh, association with such brand may be harmful for your own personality or own image. It may happen because if a certain company is associated with you and it is not performing good, or it is not giving the quality goods at the end of the day, it hampers your brand also. So I think that risk and reward check has to be there. And I think that is the student who have just taking that personality, they have to also see that what is the risk involved when you follow any particular brand, or when you endorse strongly any particular brand.
Right. Great. Thank you so much, Professor Kalkar. I mean, we would like to now pause a little bit and go to our audience, and we will open the session for any questions they might have. Uh, would there be any questions to Mr. Desai and Professor Kalkar? I think one can put the questions on the chat box, and we will take that up with the panelists. We'll just give it 2 more minutes if there are any questions or anything.
I think we have one. Yeah.
We have one question.
Yes. In fact, three now.
Somebody has asked this question: could you please clarify the validation process for these case studies? Well, the validation process is basically we run it past a series of jury members uh, and they look at well-rounded, the depth of research. We look at the presentation skills. We also look at, where people are extensively using ChatGPT or AI models or anything. We consciously avoid and take them away. Gaurav, you would like to answer some bit of it?
Well, that was just chat for me.
Arindam, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that is that we also read through and we try to understand, the understanding level, how you have understood the complexity of the problem and how you have arrived at solutions. And it can be multiple solutions as well. And basically to look at the insights, the intelligence, and so all these things put together, we arrive at the validation process for the case studies. The next question is platforms for learning branding. I'm not sure we got the question. Is the person Himanshu Sohi? I think he's asking, what are the platforms for learning about branding?
Okay. You're asking me, Arindam?
Samir, I think you'll be able to answer, some of the, or Professor Kalkar can also, I mean, whoever can.
No, See, to be very honest, I'm not aware of any platform if it's in terms of an online course and an online program. Though I've seen some things when I browse, there are people who are doing short courses, etc., on branding. But I really would not know of a platform per se uh, where somebody can do a short course on branding.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry, I'm
guess
not able to
basic,
help on that one.
yeah, I guess basically there are all these, and even BSmart is also there where people can go through and learn about branding, brand marketing, brand management. These are management schools. They are teaching these kind of. Other than that, we won't.
Sir,
Uh,
understanding about the concept and theory part of it, you can learn from anywhere.
Anywhere.
But I think that doesn't give you an age where you will be able to successful in the branding of product. I think hands-on training is more important, where you can really test with the real brand at the real market under the some of the
Yes.
guidance like Samir Desai sir or
Yeah.
similar. Their brand masters can help you that what are the do's and don'ts. It is not like when I read a cricket book and I'm going to play on the real ground. So I think
Yeah. Yeah.
that difference is we need to understand.
Yeah. In fact, one can go to our BSmart, and there are some videos with some of the eminent brand personalities and all, where they are talking about branding and brand management. You can take a look at of that over there.
And when the
We
case
move on.
study is conducted, what
Yeah.
audience is asking is case study is conducted. I think it's a dynamics. It's not there is no formula A plus B is equal to C.
Correct.
Basically,
Yeah.
if you have number of students in a classroom, maybe 40 or 60 different dimensions can come out with subject to pros and cons, which they think. So the same situation can be some kind of different, and your all decision can be correct and equally wrong at one
Yeah.
point of time. So I think
Yeah.
that conscious decision based on the permutation combination, I think that is more open-ended, that you have number of people multiplied by number of suggestion which comes. So it depends. There is no right or wrong answer in any of the case study.
Right. Yes. Yes. So, in a way, Professor Kalkar, you have answered on the tips to win case study, also to know how to solve case study. I think Shalini has asked this question. I would say that, to win case studies, basic thing is understand the problem from different angles. Number one. Number two, try to be innovative rather than taking the shortcut and going and putting a prompt on ChatGPT or using AI models. Try to be ingenious and innovative. And as Professor Kalkar rightly said, there is no right or wrong answer. What leads you to win a case study is how you have thought. A human thinking and a machine thinking are way different. Okay. What we would like to see is how, as a personality, as a person, you are thinking and how innovative you can be. It can be absolutely wrong answer, but the innovation that you bring in your thought process can actually win you the case study contest. Okay. So solving case study is not that, it's not a mathematical equation. Right. I hope I've been able to answer. Samir, you would like to say anything, or Professor Kalkar, you want to add anything on this?
The beauty of the case study is how deeply you understand the subject.
Understand the subject, yeah.
And after understanding the subject, again, situation, because you have to go in the real market.
Yes.
You can't learn the theory subject and go and win the battle.
Yeah.
So dynamics keeps on changing every now and then. So your strategies cannot be fixed, which you have presumed. So sometimes you have to pick up some part of thought process and add somebody else. So it's a collective thought process where you can generate the outcome for a particular case study at a particular point of time. So the answer which I gave today in my case discussion may not be correct after 2 days or may not be correct tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely.
People have to keep in
Because
mind.
market dynamics keep changing.
Yeah.
And accordingly, the problem and the solution will also keep changing.
And today, I think people are not loyal to brand. People are loyal to the service which is delivered by the brand. Earlier, because in spite of some mistakes in the delivery or services, people used to loyal for the particular brand. Now, if 100 times they give good service and one time they are not able to satisfy, I think the customer is gone forever, because a lot of alternative brands are already available in the market. So when you are in a branding business, you have to be very particular that brand value follows the service quality also. If you're not able to give service quality, maybe one mistake, but that again happening, the brand ambassador also, his personality, his image will get damaged.
Yes, true. So very quickly, we will take the other questions as well, which says, can product type be classified for brand association, something like mental calmness enhancing products or mental strength enhancers? I didn't really get the question. Samir, were you able to understand what
Mental
what
strongness
product
of D. Gukesh was, I think it's not related to what Desai sir has explained earlier. He should not take only brand with his focus, concentration like that.
Yeah,
Because his personality is brand, not his concentration is brand.
Yeah, also, I'll just add one point here. As a brand, you don't want to get stereotyped as a personality. If I just do intelligence linked products or brands, okay, I'm very, very impressed with the way he's taken up something like Mitra. And I think this explains a lot about, I guess, the kind of personality or person he is. So that's the point. If you're diverse, it'll help you. Otherwise, you'll get stereotyped.
correct. And it's the storyline, how you connect the brand and the personality, so
Correct.
need not necessary that you only have to choose a particular personality or a particular product type for a certain brand association. It's how you connect both of them, and that's where the ingenuity, the innovation, the storyline comes. Okay. Next question, I
Absolutely.
would say,
Absolutely.
next question is, Samir, it's up your alley. How to create a link
Okay.
between a product and the values, attitude and lifestyle of the target customers.
See, what happens with a particular product or a brand. I'm just saying, if I just take a product or a brand, every brand knows exactly what they are standing for. Okay, so for example, yeah, if I'm a brand which is standing for stability, I'm a brand standing for trust. Okay, then I would consider people like Rahul Dravid, for example. I'm just taking in this particular context. Okay, so that's how I link what we call as, okay, products have rationals, brands have emotionals.
Right.
If I'm a brand which is standing for beauty, I'm Tanish Jewelry. I make you more beautiful, I make you more gorgeous, I make you more attractive. Then a Deepika Padukone fits in very well with it. Okay, so what happens is you're not really looking at what the product is. So if I look at Mintra, for example, Mintra has, say, clothes, but they're not saying I'm about clothes. I'm about making you cool. So the way they've used Gukesh in that Vishwanath Anand and Gukesh parody is to connect the coolness aspect, the emotion, that lifestyle, which is core value of my brand. So my core value is cool, hence Gukesh in that context. My core value is beauty, attractiveness, hence Deepika Padukone. My core is, so it's that core value that you connect, and the story that we are speaking about so far, how you bring it out, helps you to complete that connection.
Right.
And this is what anybody in the creative branding advertising industry does. So it comes very natural to us.
Right. Samir, you will be a little busy once again. There is a question directly addressed to you.
Sure.
Dr. Joseph Satish is a faculty from Chennai. He has
Okay.
asked your views, and it's a very interesting question, by the way. Okay. And
Okay.
really, we should have dealt with this question in our panel discussion. But good that Dr. Joseph has
Okay.
brought this up. It's your views on the question of celebrity brand overkill. Okay, how, like, one celebrity is used for a multiple number of brands, disparate, many kinds of brands. So, you see many products and brands being, peddled by that same image, same personality. How can companies guard against this?
So see, the way, like I said, why is a company using a celebrity in the first place? Okay, that's a very important question. If I don't have anything in terms of my brand, in terms of my values or my product, Okay, I don't have anything. Then I'm going and trying to see which celebrity I can attach my product to. And some brands, in fact, go and attach multiple celebrities to their brand, assuming that more celebrities is equal to more glamour and more connect. But that's not how I think a seasoned professional would look at it. What a seasoned professional will look at is what is the core value of my brand. I'm coming back to the Gukesh example, so it stays relevant to this. And I'm saying what Mintra is saying, I'm cool. I've got cool clothes. I have clothes, but they're cool, they're fashionable, they're stylish, they make you cool. And the way in which they've connected Gukesh with is that cool aspect. Now, I won't be surprised in the next few months, say 20 brands use Gukesh as endorsement. You know, I may not be
Right.
surprised. You will see them in different aspects. Yeah. And that's where even Gukesh has to balance. And like we said, we're not too sure how long his brand life will be. So here's a tricky balance. And like you mentioned, he has to practice, he has to prepare for the next champion and be the next champion as well. So this overkill aspect is on both sides, is on the sports person or celebrity side, as well as the brand side. Brands want that attention. They want a share of that spotlight. That's the reason why they use celebrities. Okay, but if brands remain core to their value and bring about that connection, I think they have a good game.
Right. Yes. Thanks, Samir, on this. Unfortunately, we have many more questions over here, but
So,
sorry, we are running out of time over here, and we have a few more
okay,
things. So I would request the audience that, we will kind of look at these questions and we will separately send them across to the two panelists, Dr. Kalkar and Mr. Desai, and they would try their best to answer. And maybe we can, if you can share your email IDs, we
definitely,
can try and send them across to you. Aman, we can try and see if it
definitely,
can be done. So
definitely.
I'm really sorry about this. We are running out of time, and I know there are many interesting questions over here. But it's good. Like, if you stay engaged with BSmart, we will be able to address a lot more of your queries, and there will be a lot of interesting ideas coming up over here as well. Now, so we will quickly go to our next part of of our business over here, is to announce the winners. This was the January case study, the D Gukesh case study that we had, and we would like to call upon three winners over here. Uh, the first, second, and the third. First is Yashashwini H. She is from RNS First Grade College, Bangalore. Yashashwini,
Yes.
congratulations and welcome to the BSmart platform. We would also call upon the second, the winner is Akash Karthik. He is from Savita Engineering College, Chennai. Welcome, Akash, and congratulations again. And the third winner is Benny Noel John. He is from Krishna Jayanti College, Bangalore. So we have two winners from Bangalore and one from Chennai. And Benny, congratulations and welcome to the BSmart platform. We have these three winners. The first winner gets a cash award of 5,000 rupees. The second winner gets a cash award of 3,000 rupees. And the third winner gets a cash award of 2,000 rupees. And I would now like to urge upon Yashashwini, one by one, Yashashwini, then Akash, and then Benny, to share your thoughts and experience of applying your mind for the case study contest.
A very good evening, everyone. I'm Yashaswini, pursuing MBA at RNS First Grade College. So, I'm truly humbled to have been selected as one amongst the top performers. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Business Standard for organizing this case study competition, which helps us to enhance our critical thinking skills. So, as the case study focused on analyzing the rise of Gukesh D, the youngest world chess champion, and also developing a strong marketing strategy can leverage his global appeal, has taught me valuable lessons such as innovation, adaptability, and effective communication. It was an incredible learning experience that challenged me to think critically and creatively. I would also like to thank all my professors for encouraging me to take up this challenge. Thank you.
Thank you, Yashashwini. Next, we would like to call upon Akash Karthik, please, to share his thoughts and experiences.
Good evening, respected speakers and our moderator, Mr. Arindam sir. I can't express how thrilled and honored I am to be chosen as one of the winner in this competition. This case study, Brandy Gukesh, has been an incredible journey which is filled with learning, challenges, and moments of inspiration to me. While working on this case, I focused on how Gukesh's amazing accomplishment in chess could grow into a brand that feels real and reliable. I also focused on Gukesh's core values like hard work, discipline, and smart strategy that inspires many of us. I also want to take a moment to talk about this BSmart app. This app helped me to gain many insights about case study and also business news and global trends which occurs around us. This competition has been a great experience to me. I also want to thank the panel members for sharing their valuable insights and feedback. This means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Akash. We will quickly move on to Benny, Benny Noel John from Krishna Jayanti College.
Good evening, respected panelists. First of all, I'm very happy that I won the third place for this case study. And Gukesh's achievement actually amazed me a lot because first off, he's more younger than me, and what he achieved is something great. And I still remember the reel after winning where he comes out and he hugs his father in front of everyone. So I was like motivated by that also. And the case study came. It was a good learning experience for me. I thought from many creative angles, like which brand would be more suitable to adopt him, and I just gave my try. And now that I won a third place, I'm happy. And I would like to thank Business Standard for organizing this case study, and also I'd like to thank my HOD Joseph sir. Sir always keeps motivating us to use the BSmart app, not only for the case studies, also because of the resume tips that I every day I keep getting a pop-up notification like what are the do's and don'ts that should be done in a job interview, and many common mistakes that we beginners do. The app like kind of sends a pop-up notification every day, so I make sure to check that, and it really helps a lot. So thank you.
Great. Thank you, Benny. Thank you so much. Now we move on to announcing the next month's case study contest, the topic for it. Uh, it's again an interesting topic where we are talking about faith meets strategy. Branding at,
Very much.
all of you must be knowing that, today in India we have the Mahakumbh happening, the Mahakumbh Mela. It's a religious congregation, the world's largest congregation of people that is happening at one place. Yeah? And every day it's full of news of different kinds of activities and different things happening over there. And one of the interesting things is that a lot of companies and a lot of brands are rushing in to the Mela to, to take advantage of the number of peoples present at one place. Okay. And so for companies, what is this strategy that they are leveraging? And sort of connecting with the cultural significance as well as a digital integration for a maximum impact. Okay. So that is the case study contest, Faith Meets Strategy, Branding at Mahakumbh Mela 2025. We have the timeline as well. It will be live from the 1st of February. By the 16th of February, you have to submit your case studies. And by the 28th, results will be declared. And by March 7th, we will have the award disbursement along with another round of interesting webinar with industry and faculty person to discuss the strategy of branding and faith. Okay. So look forward to all of you to participate in this. We have on the screen, you will have all the details, how you can participate on. And in case you have any problem, you face any trouble, just do write to us and we will help you with it. Right? Thank you so much. Thank you all of you for joining in. We look forward to you again next month.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Desai, Dr. Kalkar, the winners, and everyone who